Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stonehearth. I am, of course, the ConflictNerd, and today, well, this is a game that at some point I'm gonna do a series on, but not quite yet, because there's other things I'm doing series on and want to finish, but I really want to show you the game anyway, because it's kind of adorable. It's in early access, it's Alpha 13, as you can see, but it's kind of adorable, it's kind of great, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on with Stonehearth that I think is just fantastic. So, this is going to sort of be in the vein of the Democracy 3 ConflictNerd plays, in that for the first little while, I'm going to show you how the game works, and then the second half of this video is going to be actually sort of jumping into a new game and playing for a little bit. I don't know how long the video is going to be, I don't really plan that, but it's in a similar vein to that video, so let's jump into the city of Townsville, which is a reference that hopefully everyone gets. I imagine everyone gets that reference. If you don't, then Google it. Google's your friend. Also, great loading screen art. So, Stonehearth, welcome to the game. The HUD took a second to load up there, but this is kind of it. It's basically a bit of a, it's kind of an you know, your characters can level, it's kind of an RPG. Visually, some people are going to go, it looks a little bit like Minecraft or Cube World, and yeah, fair enough, it probably looks more like Cube World than Minecraft, but it plays like Banished, basically. Any sort of involved city builder where you have to manage resources, this is kind of that. So you'll notice that my little hearthlings here are currently tearing down some pillars here. In a second, they're gonna tear out the floor here as well. That's because they were building something here, but they, like I said, this is alpha, so there's some bugs. They wouldn't finish the construction, so I had them tear it down, and they're doing something. I'm not quite sure what. Oh yeah, I've sent them off to gather some resources in this area. Again, very similar to Banished in the sense that you can select areas and tell them to clear it and collect the resources. So I've done that in this area over here. But this is my little settlement, and all of these buildings I placed. I didn't design all of them, most of them, but, you know, it's all good. It's kind of pretty. This is my farm. Like I said, all of your characters can sort of level up, and all of your characters, all of the little hearthlings have various jobs. So these guys are farmers. I'm a level 6 farmer, for example. We've got our level 2 mason. When we have workers, just generic workers, basically, think of jobs as specializations. So some people are specialized as farmer, and they will obviously farm. Some people are specialized as masons, so they'll do some stuff that involves stone. There's also a carpenter who actually lives in here. That's the carpenter's workbench. We'll get into that kind of thing in a minute. That is the carpenter's tool bench, which is a little bit more advanced. The mason lives in here. Well, doesn't live in here. The mason's workbench is in here, and I don't think we have any other workbenches right now, but that is, well, that's okay. This is the town fire pit. This is the first thing that you will see when you load up a game. We'll get to that a little bit later on, as well as the flag, which has a move order right now on it, which is bugged out because they won't actually move it to there, but just ignore the little arrow there. It's completely fine. All of these crates are various forms of storage. Obviously, we have our stockpile here, which, interestingly, you can click on a stockpile. You can click on a stockpile. I know you can click on a there we go. You can click on a stockpile and actually refine what goes in the stockpile. So for this one, I've set it so that they will not put logs or plants in this stockpile, as well as no construction items and no food or drink. And the reason for that is that the logs and plants, I think maybe just logs and construction items, go into this stockpile here and these particular chests, these crates. Then over here is what I'm calling the granary, where we put all of our food and the plants as well. So we have some stuff filtered into specific areas, generic resources such as stone and there's dirt, what's that, clay? Yeah, stone and clay and various bits and pieces go in here. This is the spindle, as you can see down here. It's for spinning fiber into thread, and that comes into play when you have a little look at the jobs window. So these are the various jobs. We could actually promote someone to a weaver if we really wanted to, and I think I might do that. We have I'm not going to promote this one, the carpenter. I'll promote, here we go. We'll promote Zeus into the carpenter, I think, because why not? So Zeus is going to, not the carpenter, the weaver. So there we go. We click to approve his promotion. And if I just pause the game for a moment, just a second. Oh, no, there he goes. He's just been promoted to weaver. So he's picked up the spindle. And, nice fancy outfit as well. Well done there. Let's have a look then. So if we click the crafters menu, we've got our weaver. We can now make a loom, we can make a spinning wheel, we can make a workbench, but I kind of want a place for the weaver to go. We can also make some clothing, although we can't do it right now. We need to make a place for the weaver to go. And as you can see, this place here is, well, it's been torn down. So what I'm actually going to do is set it to, I have to empty this? Okay. We need to empty these crates before I can actually lift them. No, I can lift this one because there's got nothing in it, and this one as well. So we'll have those lifted. We will lift the table and the chairs as well, so that those are got out of the way quite nicely. There we go. That's them lifting them to take them into storage. Daily update here. This is basically a bit of a review of how you're doing. If you meet these criteria, you'll get a new hearthling to your settlement. Obviously, I didn't meet the criteria, so I don't get a new hearthling. This is empty, so we can go ahead and lift that as well. There we go. They're actually putting up little bits of scaffolding, which you'll see in a minute is just the best thing. They're clearing out the last bits of floor as well. Putting up some scaffolding to get that chair down is kind of great. There we go. Got that. Someone needs to take that chair. There we go. And we have a little bit of land here. We've got a trader wanting to sell some stuff. I'm not interested. We have a mason, so we could probably make most of this stuff anyway. But what we'll do is we'll go to the building designer, and this is when the game gets kind of really interesting, because you can design your buildings, and it's like it can be fairly complex if you want it to be. So what I reckon we'll do is we're going to design, you know, a nice big floor space here. I'm going to take, say, let's use the eraser and take out a 2x4 section at the back and other side. Actually, we're not going to do that because there's sort of a hole there that I would like to, oh god, that's not what I wanted to do. There's okay, no, eraser, there we go. There's a little bit of a hole there that I want to just patch up. And, oh boy, this is, well, this ain't good. This did not go to plan. Can I just erase all of that and do it again? Because that did not go to plan at all. Right, we fill in this space, which is not quite letting me do, which is kind of annoying. Okay, we'll try. I really don't want to try reconstructing this building because it totally bugged out on me. So what we'll do, select from there to there. We'll go to materials. Why does it want me to build it on top of the terrain that already exists? It usually doesn't. That's very strange. Yeah, it's want me to build it in there. It's because I'm using the wrong bloody thing. Never mind. That was completely my fault. What we'll do is have the floor like that. Take out a 2x2 space in each of the corners. Again, can't do that because the terrain's already bloody gone. Never mind then. We'll just put the floor back in and just have it be a little bit, we'll just have it be a box. Just because I want to show you the construction. Doesn't matter. Just doing a box. Forget it. Right, so that's the floor, which is boring as hell, but whatever. We'll go with, what material on the walls? We'll go with a nice white. And we'll go with columns like that. We'll do walls. And for some reason, it's just really not wanting to cooperate with me today. Okay, so I completely scrapped that building. This area is going to just be filled in with probably one of these town square things because I need to do something there. We're going to build over here instead and just make something interesting. This is going to be for our weaver. So I figure a nice bright building will certainly do the job. We'll get a nice, we do have mounds of clay, but we don't have you need a potter to make clay stuff, and we don't have one of those just yet. So we're going to use a standard wooden double door because we're fancy like that. We'll put that there. We'll do some windows as well. We'll go with these windows, I think. Just there and there seems kind of nice. I reckon we'll do some single windows on this side with a slightly wider one in the middle. We could do a wider one there and a wider one there. Don't think I'll put one there just because I'm, you know, want to be different with it a little bit. This back wall, I will just do some, I'll just do a bit of this on, I think. Looks kind of nice. And I guess that's going to be the building, more or less. Obviously need a bit of a roof on it, which we can do, and apparently make very tall if we so desire. I don't think I want that to be the roof. That seems a little bit unnecessary. Let's maybe lower that down a little bit. We could obviously, if we really wanted to, go a little bit mental with it, but I think we'll just skip on that. We'll make it a little bit lower. I'm going to change the peaks as well, so it's maybe just something like that. I think I much prefer that, to be honest. I think that looks kind of nice. Kind of humble. Plus, it is a weaver's cabin, so kind of makes sense. We could change the material of the walls if we really wanted to. I don't think I'll bother doing that. We do have some decorations, actually, so maybe I will do some lights on this building. Because the lights turn out to be very useful, so we'll have a couple of lights there. If we just look through the building as well, we'll put some wall-mounted lights on the inside, just to make sure it's nice and bright. And we'll put one just there as well. And we should have furniture as well. Yeah, we do. We have the bed, obviously, so we'll just... That is not what I wanted to do. That is defense mode activated. That's... Just turn that off, because that's really not something we ever really need. I'm playing in a peaceful mode. There is a mode, and a version with... or a version. A mode where you can... sort of have things attack you. I don't play it because I don't really want things to attack me, so you know, it kind of makes sense to me that you would kind of avoid that sort of thing. Anyway, let's just go ahead and chuck in a table here so people can eat in this little building. We have some chairs, so we might as well throw those around it like so. Just have the chairs tucked in quite nicely around the table. There we go. And we'll do a little bit of storage out here as well so we can filter what the weaver has stored in the house. So we'll do a crate there, and a crate there. And you can stack these, but I don't think I'll bother. I'll put a couple there as well. There we go. The weaver's stuff can sort of go in the middle of the floor. We can change this as well at some point. We can move stuff about if we need to. But I think that's quite nice. I do. I think that's nice. Let's look at the update. We have enough food, the morale's good, and the net worth is good, so we now have Tessa Joville, or whatever the bold her surname's meant to be, has joined the town, which is lovely. How many people do we have now, then? Quite a few. Rufus Garrow's back with stuff to sell. Fair enough. I really don't want any of what he's selling, although those would be nice, and I could afford them. Sure. I'll buy 10. I can't afford 10, and he didn't have 10, but I'll buy 10. Right, this building is pretty much ready to go, I reckon. No other decorations that I really want. I don't really want any freestanding walls, to be honest. I guess I could do some of... I guess I could put a little sort of fence thing outside like I did in this building, if I really wanted to. I don't see why not. I guess we'll do that. Let's do... We'll sort of have it come across like that. Have a very small entranceway for the weaver's place, just to make it a little bit different. I think that's nice. That'll look interesting at some point, maybe. Might not. Might look terrible. But well, who am I to judge? Let's see. Let's do some roads. Let's do a stone road out of this material because it sort of matches this one over here as well. And I think that'll look lovely. Technically speaking, if I really wanted to, I could totally build a tree. Which is a thing. I dread to think what it would look like with the little hearthlings building it. So I think we're good, and the trader has returned. Oh, this is a quest. Yeah, this was a quest I accepted. Sure. I got some curtains. Does that mean I have more decorations I can put up? No, I have those. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have. Maybe I want to put these out here. Although that's gonna be a right pain in the butt. I could put them there. I could do that. I might do that. I might put some, just raise this up a little bit. Like that. And, sort of just, you know, put some lights on it. That could look interesting. I really want to use these and see how bright they are, so what the hell. We'll do that. Looks a bit strange, but, again, what the hell? Oh, there's the curtains! Alright. Do we want curtains? I really don't know. Do they fit that window? They don't actually fit that window. They fit that one. They don't fit the wider ones. That's a little bit silly. Whatever. Don't need the curtains. That's fine. Whatever. Let's build the building. Let's do the thing. This is everything we're going to need. We can name it. I'm not going to bother. Just build it. There we go. Start building. So what you're not going to see is every hearthling I have that's available to build, and you can change that if you so desire. As you can see, some of them are set not to build, some won't mine, some won't do either, some will only haul and do their job. But everyone that's set to be able to build will now come over here and start constructing this place, which is kind of great. So they're going to do their thing, and while they're doing that, I think I might just lay out another sort of town square thing here, because this is kind of ugly. So I'll just pause the game very quickly while I do that, and we'll be right back when I've designed this, because, you know, you just watched me design a thing, you don't need to watch me design another immediately. There we go, they've got 2 building jobs now, so some of them are off to start working on this one, the new town square, which you can see there is going to be built and look lovely. This place is actually coming along pretty well, to be honest. They're going to go off and get some of the materials that they're going to need. They still have a... No, actually, they've cleared that entire place. They just need to get the materials at some point. Which, fair enough. It seems they're actually focusing on this, which is, that's alright. I don't mind if they focus on this. It'll get rid of the horrible, I guess, almost footprint, building print that was left there by the failed construction of a different building. This one... I do hope they haven't completely abandoned this project, because sometimes, like I've said, it's in alpha, it's a little bit buggy. So I'm really hoping that they will get straight back to this structure once they're done here. Which I think they might be doing, because I think they're grabbing wood. And the chances are that wood, yeah, is going over here. Yeah, it is. Some of them, what are they doing in there? I guess they're going into the, again, the granary. Don't know what they're getting, though. Or they're not. The door's just being weird. Yeah, if they walk past doors, the doors sort of automatically open. A little bit strange. But it's all good. So what you're seeing them do here is possibly the most adorable but pointless feature in a video game that I have ever seen. And I mean that in the best possible way. They are literally building scaffolding, which serves no other purpose than being adorable. Like, look at that. They built scaffolding so they can put this little bit up. There was no need for it. At all. It serves no purpose. It's just a visual thing. It does take resources. Like, scaffolding isn't something that's for free. They actually have to build the scaffolding out of wood, but it's friggin' adorable. It's kind of great. And they'll take all of that down at the end as well. Like, they have to keep the scaffolding there at the minute because they have to put the other light on. And you'll see as well, they'll start building scaffolding about the building itself at some point. Once they have to start going up the walls, there'll be layer upon layer of scaffolding, and it's kind of great. This guy here is already working on it. It's kind of fab. Also, there's the bed going in. It's a bit strange. They put the furniture in before the structure's done. A little bit weird. I'll give it that. A little bit weird, but it's all good. Anyway, let's have a little look at our carpenter, because obviously we have some stuff in this building that's kind of important. So, down the right here is the carpenter's build queue, and there's a bunch of stuff in this queue at all times, because there's an interesting feature that lets you maintain an inventory, or inventory, whatever way you want to pronounce it, of various items. So I've set my carpenter to always maintain an inventory of 5 crates, 10 of those windows, 10 of those doors, 10 of each type of door, 10 of each type of window. Always maintain 2 beds, 2 chairs, 2 of those tables, and 10 of those lights and 5 of those. Basically, what that means is that, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, really. But anytime one of those things is taken, you're going to see the carpenter run back and make another one, so that there's always a certain number of them in the inventory. The mason is not set to do that, and the weaver actually hasn't done anything yet. We should probably fix that and get the weaver to craft a loom, craft a spinning wheel, and craft the workbench as well. Just, you know, just so they can move in here immediately as soon as this structure is done, which is looking, like it might be fairly simple. There you go, you can see, you can get a good view of the scaffolding there. Kind of great, kind of adorable, and possibly one of my favorite things about this, apart from the fact that the game in general is kind of great and adorable, but, you know, let's get the building done. Alright, so construction's done. What you're gonna see now is that they take the scaffolding down, and that's kind of it for construction. It is also feeding time for some of them, so they're all running about kind of wanting some food, so the chances are you'll see some of them run off to the granary, or the farm in some cases. to get some food, and they will either eat it in the dining hall, or as we're seeing, some of them have decided to eat it in the new building, which has also got the various things that the Weaver uses, which is kind of great. There's also a block that seems to have been left on the roof, which is more common than I'd like to admit. There's one over here that they still haven't ever managed to get back. And they never will, because they won't build a ladder to get it. I have to tell them to build a ladder specifically, and I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, that block is entirely likely to be there for, well, ever. And that's alright. It adds flavor. We'll call it that. It adds flavor to the situation. As you can see there, there was a little bit of a bug, basically, where they didn't put the lamp down that I told them to before. I don't know why they didn't. They basically didn't try to build the ladder, which was kind of annoying, but it's alright. At least it's turning to nighttime, so any second now we're going to get to see how these lamps actually perform in the dark. It'd be nice if they turned on... There we go. Oh my god, those stone ones are very bright. Well, that whole area is very bright, actually, since there's kind of a lot of lamps there, but that's not so bad. It's also reasonably bright in there. You'll notice that the shadows are a little bit strange. That's because, for whatever reason, the way the game does shadows is if the lights are visible, then shadows come off of them. And if the walls are down, then the shadows can sort of go through the walls. Like you can see there's no shadows coming off of any of this stuff because the wall's up, and then the wall goes away, and it's like, okay, there's shadows now. That's a bit weird, to be honest. Like, really, really weird, but it's alright. The lighting's still kind of pretty, so it's alright. Now, let's see. A lot of this stuff that I want to craft requires bolts of cloth, which we have here, and it's probably... Oh, are we not the level for this? What do we need? We need to craft more thread, which we can make. So I reckon we should constantly maintain an inventory of, say, 10 thread. So that's always going to be there. The bolt of leather requires thread and a fur pelt, which we don't have any of. And the bolt of cloth requires quite a bit anyway. So we're going to maintain, I would say 5 bolts of cloth in the inventory. Meaning we probably want to maintain more thread than we're currently doing, but that's okay. You can make toys. That's interesting. That's, sure. That's very strange. You can also make clothes. Just throwing that out there. But you need a bundle of wool, which I don't have. You don't need a bundle of wool for that one, though, which is kind of nice, although the Weaver isn't high enough level for it. And that's a vest that's more for a warrior than anything else anyway. That's the upgraded worker outfit, which we can use, but again, need a higher level Weaver. And again, that's for warriors, which we really just don't need. So, if I'm not mistaken, we should see our Weaver coming into work. Is this the Weaver? No, is that the Weaver? I don't know who the hell the Weaver is. That's a farmer. Where the hell is the Weaver? Over here. What are you doing? Oh, he's asleep. All right. That seems fair enough. Have some sleep and then, you know, get to work. There you go. What the hell are you doing over there? That's the mason's place. Strange. Either way, Weaver is now going to go and do some weaving. Weaver's going to weave and all that. There we go. Going to make that into some thread, which is fantastic. Weaver level 1. That was bloody quick. All right. I'll tell you what we'll do in that case then. We're going to always maintain an inventory of, say, we'll always maintain an inventory of 1 upgraded worker outfit, because every time we make one, someone's going to take it, any worker that doesn't already have one, so it means that anytime a new person joins the town, they will always have an outfit to go and get into immediately. So that's, I would say, kind of good. It's also good that these guys are going over to collect all these resources. While they were building the Weaver's hut, they were actually running back and forwards to that place over there to get wood rather than running to the carpenter's yard, which was a little bit annoying, but, well, fair enough. Maybe the carpenter's a bit of a prick and always shouts at them when they take his wood. I don't know who the carpenter is. Yeah, carpenter's definitely a bit of a prick with a name like that. Do we have enough stuff for a new person? We do. Fantastic. We got a new person. How many people do we have now? Quite a few indeed. Good. That is, that's fantastic news. A trader approaches town. What do you want? You want, okay. If I make 5 tables for 1, you'll be back in a day and might get me 2 plushy toy rabbits in exchange. Sure, I think we already make enough tables to meet that deal. Or maybe we don't. That is a... I don't know what that is. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Table for 1, and we will craft 5 of them. You're not going to see me complete this deal, but I'm just taking this for when I play the game off camera. So... That's not so bad, actually. That's pretty good. That's a good deal. I can't make those rabbits for... In fact, I don't think I can ever make those rabbits, really, unless I get a... Trapper, I think that's the name. If we look at the jobs... Yeah, you can get a trapper, but that requires a trapper's knife, which is forged by a blacksmith that we currently don't have. There's a lot of stuff we don't have. I don't actually think we have a cook right now, which is a shame. A potter would be useful, actually. A potter would be very useful because we do have a lot of clay, but again, that's something that I'll get to eventually. I reckon the reason these guys are leaving a lot of the wood over there is probably because this yard is not big enough to store all of it. So I may actually create a new stockpile, and I may create it back here, just out of the way. And just set it to... Yeah, that size. That'll do. We'll just have it not store construction materials, and we'll have it not store food and drink, or plants. There we go, so that should be fine. That'll let them, they're putting construction materials in there. I'm not okay with that, guys. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're not allowed to put that stuff there. There you go. Put the various logs in that stockpile, and we should be good. How goes the weaver's work, though? Let's have a bit of a look at what the weaver's doing. Weaver's still working on the thread. That's probably going to take a while since the weaver has to run back and forwards all the time, but that should be okay. I reckon it's actually very difficult to know what the weaver stuff counts as, because it's not as it wouldn't be anything like that. Animal parts, no. I guess it is thread and cloth and goods produced from bits of animals. That's interesting. I'm not gonna attempt... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna set that to none, and I'm gonna set it to thread and cloth, and I'm gonna set it to armor. That's literally all these should be. Same with that, perhaps. That's probably one I could use as well. So set it to none, set it to those 4, set that to none, and to those 4. You can actually have it in the options of this game. There's a setting that you can default all of your storage. When did I change these? Maybe these are crates that have already been picked up, and the settings from, you know, previous crates have been carried over. Whatever the case, there is an option in the game. You can change it so that crates are automatically set to contain nothing, and you specialize what they are rather than automatically containing everything. That's a nice setting to have. Also, a lot of people in here headbutting each other as they're attempting to eat. Fair enough. I suppose to each their own, but at least that, at least this place is only going to contain stuff that's useful to the Weaver. There we go, Weaver level 2 as well, which is fantastic. Let's have one last look, see what the Weaver is up to. Still making all of that stuff. I think we're going to leave it there for Townsville, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and actually jump into a new game, and I'll show you what it's like when you actually start a little settlement in Stonehearth. Alright, so let's start a new game. This is the story of a brave band of settlers from, and you get a choice of either the Ascendancy or Rhea's Children. We were playing as the Ascendancy, we'll go with Rhea's Children this time around. A society of charming, wily traders seeking new lands and adventure they set off to. We were in a temperate climate. We'll have a look at a desert climate because it's a little bit different. We go off to the desert location that's sure to be either a normal game or peaceful. As I've said, I only play on peaceful because I like to play these kind of games more as a pleasant, sort of relaxing experience. But we'll play normal for the hell of it. It's an inspiring place to start anew. Never actually played a normal game, so this is going to be hell. Anyway, these are all of our people. You get their various stats, you get their mind, their body, and their spirit. There's, I guess this is a particularly special person. They've got pretty good stats there. But we also have some, equally, I suppose, special people, in here as well. I will just roll with what we've got. So you do get to pick, you do have a choice in the beginning. You can take some things with you. You can spend the 150 gold that you have. If we wanted to, we could immediately get a trapper's knife. I wouldn't recommend it. What we're going to do is we're going to get a hoe, we're going to get a sword, and we're not going to get the spindle. We'll get the corn as well. And I'm getting this, I wouldn't usually get the sword because you wouldn't need it in a peaceful game. Since this isn't a peaceful game, I'm going to get it because I don't know if I'm going to need it. Let's embark. We get to generate our world here and pick our starting location. I'll go with this one. There is a bit of wood around here. No minerals, but that's okay. A bit of wildlife as well, which could be somewhat useful, but I do like the idea of being right by the water. So, is there anywhere around here that's got better trees? Probably not. It is a bloody desert. So, let's settle down there. That's kind of really adorable art there. Some of the art in the loading screens, as I've said, is just kind of great. It is kind of great. That's Magma Smith. Oh, that's concept art for a job that I don't think is actually in the game yet. Ah, okay. We're gonna settle here because these trees are pretty freaking huge. There's all of our people. We're gonna call this place Nerd Shire, whatever. Call it Nerd Shire. There we go. I hope they're not stuck in the water, but I have a feeling they might be. It's actually entirely possible that they are stuck in the water. So what we're going to need to do is actually build a ladder to get them out of the water. Otherwise, they're stuck there. There we go. They can now get out. But what we're going to need to do as well is get some materials. So we're going to harvest this area and take those trees down. So let's get rid of those trees. Also going to pop over and sort of harvest this little area because there might be some stuff we can eat in there. Also some decent materials, and I'm going to just harvest this space as well. So we have a nice space to work with. And what we should probably immediately do is figure out how we're going to survive. So the best way to survive is probably going to be through farming. Unfortunately, we did get a hoe, so we're going to go with Baz here, who is going to become our farmer. So let's approve of that. We're also going to need someone to be a warrior, so that actually probably... Oh, no, you are being the warrior, so you're immediately going to be the footman. Alright. You are going to be the potter, I think. And those are the 3 jobs that we need that are absolutely crucial. So there we go. We have our warrior, we have our farmer, and we are about to have our potter, which is fantastic. There we go. So we can basically build stuff, which is kind of great. So let's go ahead and gather some more resources. They've sort of cleared these areas. We don't have a stockpile yet, but that's okay. We'll get one shortly. What I would like to do is basically just clear out a nice big space here and get the resources off this top layer of sand, if there are any. But I want to clear this out so we're a little bit lower down and closer to the water. There's unlikely to be much useful, if anything useful, in this top layer, but that's okay. I'm honestly not too worried at the moment. There's going to be stuff over in these hills, but again, just going to clear this out for the hell of it, I think. And if I wanted to, I could cancel this job, which you know what, we'll cancel that task. We will go ahead and just cancel all of that, or maybe we won't. Okay, don't let me cancel it then. That's fine. You guys just do your thing. So while they're doing that, we definitely need some farmland. So I'm actually going to use this little island over here, because it's kind of adorable, to set up some farming land. And we'll grow some carrots. I can't remember just how many farmers are good for how many fields, but we'll do 2 fields of carrots, and we'll do a couple up here as well, just to sort of space them out a bit. We'll do some corn up this way, and that should be okay. This is a little bit far away from, well, anything, to be honest, but that's all right. Honestly, I like the idea of just putting my farmland out here. It's kind of nice, and it is also difficult for enemies to get to. There's only one way to get there. They have to go down this ladder and up that one, so it's a safe space, really, if you think about it. It is a fairly safe space. Also, these guys are doing a pretty good job of clearing this space. Nothing really in it. It was kind of a waste of time, but, you know, it's now an interesting piece of land, so we've got that going for us. And if someone could chop this tree down, that would be just fantastic. It really would be just great if they could chop that down, because it's kind of in my way. It's a little bit in the way there. I cannot make a field big enough to fill that space. That's kind of disappointing. But that's alright. Let's finish that up. Anyone going to go and deal with the... Oh, God. I've realized that they can now get into the water really easily without the need for that ladder. There we go. Someone's chopping that down. Hopefully getting a fair bit of wood from that. There we go. Okay, so... what we now need is a stockpile, and I'm going to get a fairly big stockpile at that, and I'm not going to bother filtering it just yet because I'm a savage. And you really don't need to do that at the beginning of the game. So, we'll make a 16 by 16 stockpile that can store everything. That way, these guys are going to go out and collect everything that they mined and bring it back here. And what I may actually do is... I will create a filtered stockpile. This one is only going to have food and drink on it. That way, it's always going to be easy to see just how much food and drink we have. In fact, a better way to do that will probably be to put the stockpile out here. So, let's do that instead. None, food and drink, we good. Then this one needs to not have food and drink, and this one needs to have all and not food and drink. So, food and drink is going to live out here. That's probably for the best, to be honest. That is probably a good thing. There we go. Hopefully the farmer can do his thing. Basically, playing in a desert is a lot more challenging than playing in a temperate climate, because in a temperate climate you get a carpenter immediately. In a desert you don't. And that makes things tricky because you cannot make another farmer's hoe. So you're stuck with one farmer at the beginning. And that's tricky. That is definitely a tricky thing. Anyway, we need some materials. We don't really have any, so I think the best thing to do would be to, we want to mine out a space here. So I'm going to suggest they mine out that space there. And also a bit of that space there, just to see what resources we can maybe get from all of that. Hopefully some decent ones, but I'm not too sure on that front, to be honest. We'll see what they get. We will absolutely see what they get here. They've gone to sleep as well, so quite a few, in fact, all of them. They've all gone to sleep. Okay. Fair enough. They also don't have much food, which is a little bit problematic, but they'll deal with it once they wake up. There we go. We're getting little bits of clay just here, which is kind of great. That's going to be super useful. The potter is absolutely going to use those to make some stuff, but we obviously need the potter's kiln first. Potter can also make the mason's clay chisel, but we'll get the potter's kiln. We'll obviously need the potter's wheel as well. So we can go ahead and craft a kiln. We'll go ahead and craft the wheel as well. And the potter is going to be vital for building structures because, well, we can build them out of stone, but we don't have much of it. And we can't really build them out of wood because there's even less of that. That's another stark contrast between playing in a temperate climate and a desert climate. In the temperate climate, everything's built out of wood because there's a hell of a lot of it. In the desert, yeah, not so much. There's not so much wood. And it's weird not having as much wood in this climate. It's really, really strange. But, you know, you deal with it, and everything's fine. Let's go ahead and set up another mining space. I want to mine into the hill a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean quite a bit. Because I've never actually really mined out tunnels before. So, you know, I want to give that a go. I never have them mine into things. Mine out all the layers, but there's nothing on that top layer, so, oh god, they need to eat. That's probably bad. Oh, this is good. The potter's kiln and potter's wheel are done, so we can go ahead and place those in the furniture thing to get the workshops done. God, that's pretty big. We'll put that there, and we'll put this next to it. And that's going to be useful because the potter can start doing some work, and we can maybe start planning out our first building, which is exciting. Totally exciting. Promise. Oh, there they go. They should get some pretty decent materials from in there. Also, pretty sure I can do... That is not what I was looking for. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's kind of adorable, actually, that I can slice through it like that. Okay. That's actually really good for helping me tunnel through here. That's a control I've never actually used before. But sure, I can actually mine through there and create an actual tunnel system. Oh. I've never done this before. And I'm kind of okay with toying around with this, because I can make rooms like that, for example. Oh, I'm totally making some... I'm making a fallout shelter. That's what I'm making. I'm making a vault. I don't care what anyone says. This is going to be a vault. It's going to be great. There we go. That's going to be like that. We'll have a room sort of here, I suppose. Sort of a nice room like that, with a little bit coming off the side of it. And we'll have a room just here as well, because why the hell not? That's going to take them a while. That is going to take a while. But that'll look awesome when it's done. Probably looks stupid. But it's a lot of resources, so it doesn't really matter. What we'll also do is just dig into this side bit here. Again, just for the hell of it. And we could probably do something similar there as well. Because it keeps this outer wall, but it gets a lot more resources and a lot more space. That's really cool, though, that you can do that. I didn't actually know that was a control at all. Had no idea. So that's pretty great. So if I just turn that back on, yeah, I can just see through the sliced terrain. That's pretty great. So let's go ahead and at least, I guess, plan out a building. Because, I mean, I could place some. There are some, you know, there's some preset buildings. There's the little clay house, which is kind of adorable. It's alright. It's alright. There's the clay house for 2, which I absolutely adore. The clay dormitory, which, probably useful. And clay dining room. I think I might do clay dormitory, to be honest. I could probably use one of those. They have been sleeping on the ground a little bit. So, the clay dorm, I suppose, we'll just chuck in here. Sure. What does that have inside it, though? It's got some beds. Alright, it's got 4 beds. Not really enough, but whatever. I guess it does the job. We do obviously need the beds. We'll need some materials and all that stuff to get everything built here, but I reckon we'll be okay. I reckon we can build all that. We'll call it it's obviously going to be the clay dorm. There we go, and build. Let's start building. Also, let me go to my citizens and just set some of them to not build. You can keep mining. You can keep doing your thing, and you can keep mining as well. You 3 can build. You 2 can keep mining. So hopefully that won't take too long. We do obviously need some stuff, so we're going to have to go to our Potter and set Mr. Potter to... I'm going to say maintain an inventory of 2 beds. And I'm going to say maintain an inventory of 1 blue door and 1 blue window, as well as 1 green door and 1 green window, a red door and a red window. And he can't currently craft the... Oh, he can actually do these now. He's just leveled up. That's useful. We'll have an inventory of 1 of those and 1 of those, and the fancy window, because he's a bit of a baller, I suppose. I don't think we need anything else in the dorm. We can make a gnome. Don't think we'll bother with that. We will need a lot of clay bricks, though, so we're going to maintain an inventory of 20 of those, because those are actually the building blocks of the entire thing. So we'll put those right at the top, because those are kind of a priority. Daily update, we don't have enough food, morale is alright, and our worth is getting there, so we're doing okay. Let's have a look at the vault, at the fallout shelter. They've all fallen asleep in the middle of digging it. This area is doing alright, though. This area is doing a-okay, which is kind of nice. So, let's... I guess we'll skip through time a little bit, and I guess we'll see how this goes. Oh, this is bad. I've never actually had to deal with this before. Invaders have been sighted. So if I press T, or whatever it is, how do we get my troop? Town defense mode. Okay, so let's set everyone to defend. Oh, it's paused. Did I pause the game, or has it done it itself? Okay, it's done it itself. They're kind of slow. Those guys, they are kind of slow. Steal items from another. Does this thing have like? multiplayer options, I wonder? Like, is there ever going to be multiplayer with this? Because that'd be kind of cool. Oh god, the warrior's out there fighting. This is interesting. Warrior is not doing so great, though. Oh boy. Oh, that's bad. We're going to have our warrior... Okay, the warrior's running like hell. Is that actually... Oh god, don't. You're the potter. If you... Okay, where the hell's the warrior? Right, you're the warrior. So that is organized by troops into groups, right? Create a party. Party number 1. So you are being added. You're the footman, right? There we go. So you're in the party. Attack order. Go and attack there. It's kind of what you're supposed to be doing. Go, 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 go. For bloody Potter's dead. Alright. Well done. Okay. This soldier better do a good job. Right, go, 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 go. Right. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Alright. This is more like it. This is more like it. The soldier's doing a good job. Fantastic. And kill. Beautiful. Well done. So, anything else we have to look out for? Or are we good? I think we might be good. I think we might be good. That's a bit of a shame. I think we will just move that, we'll move the headstone of the fallen hearthling to just there. And, we'll also go ahead and have to get a new, we're gonna have to get a new potter, because we kind of need a potter. So, oh god, we're not doing so great. You can be the new potter. Enjoy your promotion and don't ask what happened to the old one. So you go and do your thing. Once the fallout shelter's done, these guys will have no problems. As for you, we need to set you to cancel that attack order. There we go. So you go do your thing. You're now the potter. Enjoy. It's a shame what happened to the old one, to be honest, but you know, these things happen. These horrible things apparently happen. Anyway, folks, I think I've made my point of what Stonehearth's about. You've seen sort of what you can do with the game, and you've seen how you start the game. It is a lot of just mining stuff, getting materials, and building. So, like I said at the beginning, there's eventually going to be a multi-part Let's Play series on this. So if you're excited for that, then, you know, be sure to let me know or whatever. But with that in mind, yeah, that's going to be it. So thank you kind of for watching. If you liked the video, like the video. If you disliked it, dislike it. Either way, I've been the Conflict Nerd, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!